Welcome to the Vegas Voice Celebrity Corner with your host, Evan Davis.
Every time, I love it. Welcome to the Celebrity Corner, presented by Vegas Voice, of course, and I'm your host, Evan Davis. My guest today is a wonderful singer person. We have such a good time. You should have been here. Keep rolling. You should have been here before we started this camera.
We have a good time, folks.
Yeah. And here he is, Craig Cantor. Welcome. How are you, Craig?
I'm doing great, as you folks out there can tell.
I know. We were having a great time beforehand. I won't even go into what that was.
Right.
But I do want to ask you a little about Philly. I know you're from Philly.
I am.
Yeah. What brought you out to Vegas?
Philly, South Jersey area, and I think I lived in every suburb in South Jersey and Philadelphia. It brought me out here was entertainment.
Entertainment.
I mean, not that there's no entertainment in Philly, but I think at the time, I had done all I think I could have at the time in my mind, in Atlantic City and Philadelphia area, and there was other reasons why the reasons I came out here.
Right, and those are the ones we can't talk about now. So how'd you get started in the business?
And it's been 20 years now.
20 years you've been out here?
21 years in January.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, you must have come out when you were a kid. You're
yeah.
Young-looking guy.
Well, I'll be old next week. It's a big birthday next week.
Which one?
June 2nd.
Okay. Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. So how'd you get started in the business?
Well, I always loved to perform, I guess, in my own way. And when I owned the bar in Philadelphia, and you know the story, we had a live CD broadcast. I had every local band in Philadelphia perform in my nightclub. And I was only 23 years old at the time when I had that bar in 1983. So now you know how old I am. During takes, I would get on stage and sing. And one of the band members said, "Hey, you got a great voice. You sound like kind of a Neil Diamond thing." And that stayed in my mind for years. And I said it was 1993. I said, you know what? I'm going to put a band together because I know great musicians in Philadelphia, and I'm going to do a Neil Diamond tribute. And there wasn't anybody at that time doing a Neil Diamond tribute unless you were in the Legend show, of course. So I put it together, did the Neil Diamond tribute, and it went successfully, and I've been singing ever since 1993.
What you talked about Neil Diamond. What other impressions do you do? Because I know you do.
Absolutely. You know, I do Sly Stone, slow. You know, a little Punch Drunk. You mean singing wise?
Well, singing also. Whatever.
Well, when I was in 1993, I was much younger, and I can get into the sequins shirts. You know, do my Neil Diamond. Now, as I'm at my age, I'm doing Engelbert Humperdinck.
Well, I know you do Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, and all those other guys, which are pretty good.
Right.
And what was your very first job in showbiz?
In showbiz,
if you call it that, I don't know. Back in the '80s, I don't know. What
owning my bar on South Street in Philadelphia. I mean, that was kind of showbiz. I booked the bands. I entertained on stage. You know, just to have a good time. When you came out here, how'd you get started out here? I mean, it's I knew there was a friend of mine from South Jersey, Doug Taylor, who's a great drummer.
Oh, yeah.
And another Doug Taylor.
Different Doug Taylor, yeah.
There's a couple Doug Taylors here. A good friend of mine, and he would call me like every other week. What's the temperature? What's the temperature in Philly, Craig? I go, what do you mean temperature? I can't even talk. It's below. And he said, oh, it's 75, 80 degrees, and it was February. So he kept doing this. He said, Craig, come on out to Vegas. I'm going to get you singing. And, you know, after a while of the temperature being cold, and I came out. Yeah. I did it.
Well, what do you miss about Philly, if anything?
My friends.
Your friends?
That's about it.
Yeah. You still have friends?
I mean, because nothing's the same. The restaurants wouldn't be the same. Nothing would be the same. But my friends, and when they want to see me, they come here.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do you go back there at all?
I've been back 3 times, believe it or not. Here's a funny story. I drove all the way here. It took me like 5 days because I broke down halfway. That's another story. We were only on for a couple of minutes. So I got all the way here, and I get a phone call from the Morris Agency in New York City that someone's looking for an Engelbert Humperdinck, and they're going to give me a lot of money just to perform for 20 minutes at a country club in Connecticut. I go, I just drove out. He told me the figure they offered, and I go, I'm flying in tomorrow. So they flew me in. I did this Engelbert tribute for a big birthday bash at a country club in Connecticut. The next morning, I came right back to Vegas.
Yeah.